We have been getting to know Cameron over our time here, and I'm just waiting for engineering to queue up our lead for that.
Hello, and welcome to Lauder Than Words. We here at Alpha Flight are interviewing our good friend, Cameron Lauder, in order to get to know them a bit better and welcome them onto Alpha Flight from Zeta last year. Could we get the camera also on camera? Could we get the camera on both of us? Could we get the camera on Sarah?
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Mostly just wanted to see you.
So, while we're waiting to set up our camera,
Yes.
Cam, do you have? I mean, obviously, perhaps this isn't the most comfortable thing, but you know, we're doing this bit to you because we want to welcome you to Alpha Flight.
I feel very welcomed. Thank you.
Good.
Yes.
We want you to feel at home here. We don't want you to be uncomfortable. There we go. Finally.
Absolutely not.
Excellent.
Certainly wouldn't want to.
So, I have many things written on these cards. Things that we can do to make you feel more welcome. As Kathleen said, to get to know you a little bit better. So answer me with these questions 3. My first question is,
What would you change about where you live?
what would you change about where you live?
Ooh.
Tell us, tell the internet. The world wants to know.
Well, I mean, we could go with any one of several scales for this question. Where I live I live in a basement suite in a municipality called Oak Bay, which is very nice. It suits me well. It's small, but I don't really require much space. It gets a lot of daylight. But if I could change one thing about it, I'd really like a solarium, so that I could like sit in a brightly, well, not brightly lit, but like a kind of garden-y space, because it has a very nice backyard. I think that would be nice. I think my apartment could use a solarium. But if we want to go to a slightly larger scale and talk about the fact that I live in a city called Victoria,
Yes.
what I would change about it is the way that it does, the way that it prices housing, and also the way that nothing is open after 5 p.m.
True.
So you can't go out at all.
Closed doors, closed hearts here
Yes.
in Victoria.
And then we could also look at like the Buckminster Fuller scale of things. He famously said that like, I live on Earth at present. I don't know what I am. So what if I could change something about Earth?
I've adjusted this camera, so it's a really nicely framed shot of them.
I mean, I think it'd be nice to do something to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. I would change that.
Very good. Very good. What form would that take as a follow-up?
Oh, I mean, we have many, many bright green technological options open to us. We have all the technical know-how we need to pivot on climate change tomorrow, and we should. Personally, I think we have a very interesting future ahead of us, where Sun Tzu once famously said that the ideal military deployment approached the invisible. And I think that you could also apply that to an ecological stance, where our footprint is largely invisible, and we all live a bit like Tolkien's elves, deeply integrated with our environment in a way that seems to not be incompatible at all with it, only there's 12 billion of us living in shared abundance.
I like that very much. Thank you very much for answering that very specific question that I definitely had written on this card. My next question that I definitely have written on this card. Excuse me.
Quick, wide cam. Okay, so this question is, You are trapped on a desert island with a person of your choosing. You will be there for 2 weeks. Then he will be rescued, absolutely, and you will be largely fine. Who do you go onto this desert island with?
You'll be trapped on a desert island.
Mm-hmm. I would.
For 2 weeks.
Okay.
With another individual.
Okay.
When you are rescued from this island, you will be largely fine. What form that takes is up to you, of course. Who would you go with?
I would definitely have to select someone who... Oh. I mean, Kids in the Hall did a sketch about this exact thing, where one of the characters was like, Oscar Wilde. And then they show the consequences of the decisions, where Oscar Wilde is just 5% too clever, and you wind up strangling him to death because he won't shut up, and being just a little inappropriate, like not inappropriate in that he's like sexually inappropriate, but that he has no boundaries about like making fun of things that it's not funny right now, Oscar. It's not funny. So I would definitely have to have someone who had good personal boundaries, good hygiene, generally like a good roommate in most respects. But, was capable of having good conversation when necessary.
Indeed.
So, me. I would choose myself. It would be like in the remake of Solaris, where one of the doctors, it turns out, everyone on the space station has a visitor that has been created by the living ocean world of Solaris, and one of the scientists is visited by who he calls his brother, but it turns out is just him.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
The ocean, widely known for pooping out people.
it's true.
Thank you very much for that question. We have one final question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite breed of dog and why?
What is your favorite breed
Pardon?
of dog and why?
I surprised myself quite a bit by liking standard poodles.
Ah.
Mainly because they're very intelligent and well trained, even though they do tend to do the pounce. I don't know if it's like a reflex that they have, but poodles will...
What's the pounce? For people that may not know.
Okay, standard poodles, I think, were they were kind of like hunting dogs. That their haircut, the diagnostic poodle haircut, is one that allows them to stay warm, and you can shave. Large parts of the dog are shaved, so that they swim better, but they have the pom-poms on their chest, head, and extremities to keep them warm. But they do have an instinct to do a pounce, where they jump with their two front paws to like break a small animal's neck.
Ah,
So
I
if they see something moving on the ground, like a friend of mine had a little remote-controlled car that he was playing with, and his poodle was just like, killed it. Like just was like, oh God, right? It looked really embarrassed and shocked that it had done it.
Ah, I see.
But they're just very even-tempered, intelligent dogs that impress me.
Yes. The murderous intent you just described definitely plays to me as even-tempered.
Poodles are also like tall and elegant looking. So it would be like a case of that man looks like his dog if you had a standard poodle.
Oh, I too have like wavy hair.
That's not what I meant at all.
I am getting it cut tomorrow though.
Ooh.
So the next time you see me on Alpha Flight, I will have new hair.
Ooh.
Ah, very nice. Do you have much insight into the quality check that a poodle has to go through to be deemed standard?
No, I have no idea how they are standardized. I assume they're just milled.
They
To
have
the
a
proper
do
precision,
Do
like-
they have a metric reference poodle? Do they keep
might-
in like
yeah,
a
the-
vacuum sealed vault somewhere?
Yeah, a canonical reference poodle.
Yeah.
Exactly. They haven't yet come up with a rigorous definition for the poodle, so they just have one that's locked in a vault in Paris.
Yeah.
Right, that's made out of platinum.
If there's a standard poodle, is there also an imperial one?
No.
Ah.
No.
Yes.
They get bulldogs.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I see. French or English?
English. The French would have, of course, had.
They went away with the metric
Yes.
system. Yeah.
Yeah. They replaced them with the metric poodle.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Thank you very much for answering these questions that we definitely have written down on these cards. You, day by day, are getting known better by Alpha Flight. Thank you.
It's mortifying.
This has been Lauder Than Words. Ha ha!
Ha ha!
I like that the Lauder and Words stinger is silent. That's very nice. That's a good touch.
We didn't hear the sound.
Oh,
I think it doesn't play in the room, so that there's no echo.
oh! I thought because it was in space, there wasn't any sound because that's appropriate for sci-fi, and I didn't think you'd have it any other way.
Oh, no.
We didn't think that far ahead when we were editing that.
No, I'm just my dumb brain pulling things out of my pooter.
It sounds like a space ringtone. If anybody can figure out what that's from, 5 internet points to you.